Alright, we should be live. Let me just wait for it to start up. Okay, there we go. Now let's put those tags in. Put the tags so more people can see who the true culprit of this case. Too many tags. God dang it. How about that? Okay. How about that? Okay. How about that? How about that? Okay, there we go. We're good. We are good to go. Alright, sweet. Let's go. Okay, so last time we figured out who the culprit is, and now we have to prove it. Alright, okay. Sorry, my chair's not going. Okay, there we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement? In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. It's that Zach should get his mouse off the screen. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. I read that wrong. It's all good. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edward seems a bit on edge today. But we haven't even started yet. Why are you guys so loud? Can I call our first witness, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Yes. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in this trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. You must pontificate. Oh, jeez. Pontificate. Do it when I'm not here. Dang. Sorry, I was checking something. I got distracted. God, everyone's being so mean to Edgeworth. This, like, I don't know. Something. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. That's how they carried the body. Oh, I see. I had him take me in that. Thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Oh, I know. She's gonna be like, but there was no way to transport the body. And we'd be like, objection, objection, objection. This is the end. She'll pull a dong on her. Very well, Mr. Wright, cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Cross-examination. I entered the trailer a little before noon. That's good. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There should be rehearsal afterwards. When exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Kinda wish she said a little more. I think she's pretty used to being the boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on! You had Sal, yeah, we already did. It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the studio to a van. Oh, alright. I just want to see what we have. On the table in front of the trailer. I thought she said more after that. This kind of was confusing me. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, no. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. Hurts my ears. That's the end of the testimony, right? Oh. I don't know if this is right, but there is something I want to try. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. Dang it! Yep, okay. No, you're stupid, Phoenix. Shut up, Judge. I don't think that, whatever, you can say that all you want. Just be rehearsal. Did I do this? And what exactly? I'm just gonna hold it on all of it and see if there's any other stuff. I was fatigued, so I'll take a 15-minute break in the meeting. I already did this part? No, I didn't. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate 2 mistakes on the table in front of the show. Hold it. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. Provide some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? Oh. What? This, maybe? Oh, yes! Okay, I was afraid about that one. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Okay. Oh, I was scared about that one. Look at this. It's a plate? This plate was on the table in the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Benella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. Oh, I see. The plates were bare. Oh, Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai! Order! Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Dang it, I get... You couldn't, could you? I think you could! It's not impossible! Well, maybe it's not impossible, but... Silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes? I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yeah, take that, Wright. If you still think she did it, show us proof. Hey, Nick. Look at the data we have on that samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you? Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait! Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Sorry, Your Honor. A break in the shaft. Oh, I see. I'd like to take back my previous claim. Very well, I won't hold you to your claim, but I'm afraid I'll have to penalize you. Oh, okay. Ugh. What's this? You're taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, How is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm no one testifying here, and I will be heard. I hate all of you. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Let's see this murder weapon then. I didn't think I'd actually have to do it. This. Look at this photo. Yes. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order in this trial... Oh, sorry. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a very photo of... God, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again! Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer himself had done 5 years ago. Though, whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that caused another man to die? 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Haha, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of that argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Oh, this is gonna be it. Oh, I know what to do. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time! Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Oh, we found it out. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Boom! Take that! Oh, my mic. Okay. Don't slam the desk. That was probably stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Objection! Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Salmonella has to be... Bleh, I can't read. Of course Salmonella has to have... What? Of course Salmonella has to have been... Is that it? Is that right? Okay. I don't know if that's proper English, but sure. Maybe I'm just being stupid and I'm reading that wrong. I do that a lot, but anyways. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. No need, you caught me. I'm done. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Just silence. So what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? You're not gonna go crazy like all the rest of them? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Not a very good talker, are you? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. In the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does not seem very likely she did it, but, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify? Yeah. Testify. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yo, Edgeworth! Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I did. Just gonna leave now, guys. Oh. Edgeworth, you failed me! I see. Very well. Oh, that is the best moment this game has ever done. It totally fooled me. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say, ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that.
Edgeworth.
So, I guess they're trying to show he's not like a bad guy. He just... That's cool. I like Edgeworth. He's cool. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it." I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What time was that?
We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then.
When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio?
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies to costumes, mind you.
Hold back for now. I'd better leave this one be. I'm sure she threw anything I had to throw at her anyways.
This was there too. How? Please.
What was everyone else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. He was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene.
Sorry, I'm late.
Then silence. Dead silence.
We're doing this again? Okay.
Silent. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated by the Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going toward the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai. Press harder. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seemed to also have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera.
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use. You asked to be left out?
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way he could have been involved, thus they covered for us.
Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script in your direction notes.
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Oh yeah,
No, there's an obvious contradiction in that. No. Yeah, okay, Edgeworth, Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Huh?
Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. How do you mess up that bad? Oh my god. How did we not notice that? That's sad.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution will make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew the Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I'm leaving you, Nick. Go do that.
Hold you on that.
How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me.
Sal, the director?
You have to find something to peg this on her.
I think I can press her harder on this, right? God, Edgeworth came in the clutch. He's honestly becoming one of my favorite characters. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
They weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help.
Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy? Wonderful. Okay. That did nothing. Great. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. Oh, crap. Ah, crap baskets. Sorry. Dang it. I probably shouldn't have done that. Just overruled. Don't hit triangle again, Zach. I mean Y or whatever it is on DS. I don't remember. Is it... I knew that Hammer was injured. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Yes! Oh, that feels so good. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What?
Oh. Oh, crap, did she say Hammer was the... Oh. Wow, I completely missed that. Oops. I guess I should pay more attention. This is why I'm not a lawyer. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Oh.
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known that it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Judge, I just explained this. Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly!
Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Order! Order! I will have order! Put some reverb on that last effect with my water bottle.
Witness! Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see how you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. I don't... Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to the court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? Yes. In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I presented the court evidence, This is my...
sorry.
This is my proof.
This is the photo from before.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day in Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful people. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder. She had no motive, I don't
think. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What?
So that's confusing. She didn't move. But, okay.
Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers' sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then, Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years.
Oh, she broke it. She's just like,
all right. Wanna play that way? Then let's go. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late!
Miss Vasquez. I don't know who these people are. What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs! Manuel! Manuel!
Oh, that was her. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No! No! How could this?
It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No! Manuel! Manuel!
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez!
No! Please, please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
Woo! Confetti! Yeah! When did you get in here, Powers?
I've been here the whole time. Oh. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh, it's finally done. Now I just feel bad. Because she didn't... I don't even know if she meant to kill him. Like... Aw. That's... Aw. Now I just... I feel bad. Like... I mean, I guess she did still cover it up, but... I don't know if it'd be counted as murder. It's self-defense. Yeah, I guess it depends.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Show evidence. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. You could have just told me. I would have changed places with them any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP.
Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth.
Oh.
Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No. I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away with it if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, you mean all these years? It's been like a month. In retrospect, it would have been better if we had not met. Oh, right. They went to school together, didn't they, or something? Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. We're gonna be the best of friends.
Mr. Wright, is this guy your friend?
What, friends? As if? They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Or is it mysterious? I don't remember if they revealed it or not. And so the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing the accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making Kids Show again. Kids Show. Oh, hey, that's the show that Salmonella came up with earlier. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great the WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world's ready for the real Will Powers.
The end. Woo! Chapter 3 is done, boys! Oh, it only took like 70 million years. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Goodbyes. Oh yeah, there's only 4 chapters in the original Japanese version, but because they thought the game was too short, they added 1 extra chapter in the American version, correct? I don't know. Oh my god, that chapter was so long, but that was, honestly, even though I did have my problems with it, oh, cool. Even though I did have my problems with it, and I did think a lot of it was kind of padding, a lot of just going back and forth, hoping something had changed. It was still my favorite out of these so far. At least the mystery itself was, because I honestly had no idea who it was until yesterday or 2 days ago's episode, and then it was like, oh. I honestly thought it was the assistant for the longest time, but it wasn't. I can't wait to get started on episode 4, but you're gonna have to wait until is today Tuesday? Thursday to see that start, because tomorrow we're gonna be doing another episode of Darksiders, which if you want to check that out, please go ahead. It's an action game, very different than this, but it's awesome. It's very underrated, and you just go check it out, please. It's such an awesome game. But without further ado, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and stuff. Share this with your friends if you want. New Danganronpa video coming very, very soon. And I'll see you all tomorrow with Darksiders. Well, maybe not all of you, but I'll see at least some of you with Darksiders, and hopefully all of you on Thursday with this episode 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you all next time. Peace out!